Hi everyone, in this video I'm going to show you 7 daily PPC activities you can do to cut down your costs and grow your sales on Amazon. Hi, my name is Adil and I'm one of the ad specialists with Meg. So let's go into the advertising console. So first of all, we're going to go under advertising to campaign manager. Okay, so this is our campaign dashboard. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to trim down targets with high ACOS. So now the question is, how do we find those targets? So we're going to go into the targeting tab and we're going to click on the targeting tab. I'm not going to go into super detail with this video, but because I want to keep it short. But our director Matt Davis has done a video on the targeting tab, and he went into great detail in terms of what you can do with the targeting tab, which is really powerful. So I'll leave his videos in the description for you to watch next. But basically, the first thing we're going to do is trim down targets with high ACOS. So first of all, you can go into this date range and then you can select your date range. Last 30 days and 7 days, depending on how much data you want to look at. It's always good to look at different data points before making any changes. I'm just going to leave it at 7. And then one other thing you might want to do is you probably want to come into the columns, click columns, and then customize columns. So basically, over here you can select what type of information you want to see. So I can select any of these. I usually keep ROAS off because I like advertising cost of sale. But as you know, ROAS and ACOS are basically, they show you the same metrics, but just in a different way. So I'm just gonna hit apply. So for the first one, trim down targets with high ACOS, we're going to go over here. We're going to click on advertising cost of sale. So let's say that the target ACOS for this account is 35. So I'm just going to do anything greater than 45. I want to have a look at it. So I'm just going to click apply. So now this is going to show you all of the ACOS which is greater than 45. Okay. So one thing you can do is just scroll down here and then you can use this bar to check out the ACOS. So the ACOS is all already sorted from largest to smallest here. So as you can see, the target, the ACOS for this is 135, because this is basically a new product we're launching as part of our Hold Stick brand. But you can just go through these and have a look at it and change it. So let's say if you want to change the bid for something, all you do is you just basically, I'm going to lower this bid, gifts for mom, because now gifts, the Mother's Day is over, so I'm going to lower the bid to $1. So all you do is just change the bid and press save. Okay, so that's the first thing you can do. So the second thing you can do is you can boost targets with low ACOS. So we're going to use the same filter, but instead of doing greater than 45, we're going to do less than 35. Okay, so I'm just going to press X to remove this filter. So you can also export this data to view in Excel format, but the problem is that when you export the data, the targets don't come. So if you want to see the targets, you have to basically manually copy and paste them. Okay, so the second thing we were going to do is we can boost targets with low ACOS. So we're going to go filter, we're going to go to ACOS again. Then we're going to do less than 20%. Okay, so as you can see, these are the targets with less than 20% ACOS based on 7 days of data. So this is close math, so we can't really do anything. So Sage bundle is only 17%. So if I want to increase the bid for this one, we can just change the bid. Obviously, I'm just doing this to for video purposes, just to show you, but you would want to analyze the data in greater detail. So the third thing we can do is slow down or pause targets with spend and no sales. So again, inside the targeting tab, we're going to click on filter, and then we're going to click on spend. So greater than. So of course this number depends on your own product and your own profit margins, but I'm just going to do 30. So this is going to show us targets that have greater than $30 in spend. Then we're going to click on filter again, and then we're going to do orders equal to 0. So that means this is going to show us everything in the last 7 days that has spent more than $30 and generated 0 sales. Okay, so this is one of the targets, and this is one of the newer products that we are launching. So I'm just going to leave this one. But you can basically go through this list and check. Okay, so you can go through this list and check. So if you want to pause, um, if you want to pause a target spending too much and not generating any sales, you can either click on the pause button right here, or you can click on multiple, and then you can just do bulk action, pause, or adjust bid. Okay, pause or adjust bid. Okay, so the next thing we can do is compare targets between dates to spot lost sales and changes on conversion rate. So we're going to just clear this filter out. And let's just have a look at these. So let's just look at this target right here, gifts from mom. So I'm just going to copy this, right? And I'm going to put it here. I'm going to paste it. I'm going to press enter. So now this is showing us everything that has the word gifts from mom inside. Okay. So in order to look at different date ranges, we're going to click on this date range. So as you remember, before it was last 30 days. So now we're going to look at last 7 days. And then we're going to go here. We're going to see orders. So as you can see, in the last 7 days, we got 8 orders for this one. For the terms gifts from mom, let's see how much we got in the last 30 days. So as you can see, in the last 30 days, we got 76 orders, and in the last 7 days, we had about 8 orders. So as you can see, there's a big difference in the conversion rate here, because obviously gifts from mom is a Mother's Day related term, and now Mother's Day is over. So if you want, you can lower the bid for this one. I'm just going to lower it to 0.90 and press save. Obviously, you would want to analyze the data a little bit more, but basically in the last 30 days we had 76 orders, And now in the last 7, let's just take a look again. We only had 8 orders for the term gifts for mom because Mother's Day is over. So seasonality plays a big role into all of this as well. So you would want to consider these. So the next thing we can do is gradually increase targets with low impressions and control how much your tests are spending. So what this means is we're going to look at low impressions. So I'm just going to clear this filter out. Right, let's just let it load, and then we're going to go filter impressions. Let's say if I'm looking at, this is obviously your choice again, but if I'm looking at 7 days of data, I like to look at impressions that are less than 70. That means about 10 impressions per day in a 7 day date range. So as you can see, these are about less than 70 impressions in a 7 day date range. So if you think that, what you can do is you can just basically slowly increase the bits. Let's say I'm going to increase the bits for these. So I'm just going to select them all. Then I'm going to go to bulk actions, and then I'm going to go adjust bid. So it's going to ask me, do I want to adjust bid? So we can just do, let's do increase bid by, let's just do 10%. So we can just do 10%. As you notice, you can also select a dollar value too. So you can maybe do, instead of 10%, you can do 10 cents or you can do 20 cents. But the idea is to gradually increase the bids. So then you find out what is the least amount of money you have to pay in order to start getting impressions from Amazon. So let's just click Save Changes, and as you can see, almost uh, 300 targets. I was able to easily change, their bids because they were getting low impressions. Okay, so the next thing you could do is basically keep targets at the optimal bid for a given target ACOS. So, for example, what this means is basically, let's go into all campaigns. So let's just search for self. So these are basically all the campaigns in which we're targeting ourselves. So we would want to, we probably wouldn't mind a higher rate cost because we're targeting our own products. So we basically want to, target our own products and drive sales from those. So for these type of campaigns, we wouldn't mind a higher bid, right? But for other instances, so basically when you're trying to defend the product detail page from other competitors, you wouldn't mind a higher ACOS, right? And also at the time of ranking as well. So that basically means choose your target ACOS depending on what you're doing. So if you're ranking, you might have a different ACOS. When you're launching, you might have a higher ACOS as compared to when your product is stable or in different phases of its lifetime, right? So this next point, which is related to the point we were just talking about, is separate targets with different strategies. So it could be a defense strategy, a discovery strategy, a boost organic ranking strategy. So depending on all of these strategies, you would want to separate your campaigns out, have different ACOS targets for those. And let's say if you're going after a competitor, you might want to have a different ACOS for that while you're defending your own page on Amazon. You might want to have different ACOS targets for that, and obviously have higher ACOS. So then competitors don't come on your page and try to take your try to take spots on your page. Okay, so here these are some of the strategies that we could employ on a daily basis to basically cut down our costs and grow sales. So the first one was trim down targets with high ACOS. Second one was boost targets with low ACOS. Third one was slow down or pause targets with spend and no sales. Fourth one was to compare targets between different dates to spot lost sales and changes on conversion rate. Of course, you would want to, you know, take seasonality into account, as you saw, gifts for mom in that one. The next one would be gradually increase targets with low impressions, right? We want to do it gradually so we can see the lowest bid that we have to do in order to start getting impressions, which helps us to keep our ACOS under control. And the next thing is keep targets at the optimal bid for a given target ACOS. So if you have a higher ACOS for a target, then you would want to have a higher bid for that target as well. And if you have a lower target ACOS for a target, then you could have a lower bid for that one as well. So you basically adjust your bids based on what your target is. So if it's a main keyword, then you probably would want to have a higher bid. But if it's not such a main keyword and it doesn't drive much of your sales, you can do with a lower bid. Okay. And the last thing is separate targets with different strategies. For example, you might have different strategies for defense, you might have different strategies for auto discovery, auto broad, and you might have different strategies while you want to try and boost your organic ranking. So it depends on the phases of like what kind of phase your product is in. And before ending this video, these were 7 PPC activities that we can do on a daily basis to cut down our costs and grow our sales. I'm just going to give you a bonus one right here. So the bonus one, I have one for you, is you can go into the budgets tab, and we're just going to clear this out, right? So this is something relatively new as well, not really, really new, but relatively new. So basically, we want to make sure that our campaigns don't run out of budget. So what we're going to do is, again, we're going to go into the budgets tab. We're going to go to filter by average time and budget. We're going to do less than. We're going to do less than 100%. Okay, so these are going to show you campaigns that have been not in budget all the time. So as you can see, this one has only been in budget for 97% of the time. So what we want to do is we ideally want to do 100% time in budget. So then Amazon has all day to run, has the budget to run all day. So what I like to do here is I like to take into consideration what the ACOS is going to be. So what I try to do is I try to see what ACOS is the best, and for targets that are below my target ACOS, I like to increase their budget. So let's do another filter here. Okay, so we're going to do ACOS. Let's go to ACOS. Then we're going to do less than or equal to. No, we're going to do less than 25%. As I said, that the target for this account is 35%. So as you can see, these campaigns have a relatively, good ACOS, but they're not staying in budget for too long. They're not staying in budget for the whole day. So what we're going to do is Over here, Amazon has given you a recommended budget. If you want, you can follow it. It's pretty accurate, but you can also see the missed impressions and missed clicks and missed estimated sales. So we can just click here and we can change the budget, or we can just click here to apply what Amazon thinks is a good budget. So just because it has a good ACOS, I'm just going to click apply, right? And then this one has a good ACOS as well. But the thing is, it's not giving us a recommended budget because Amazon probably doesn't have enough data. So we're just gonna make it, let's say we'll just make it 30 since it has good ACOS. Okay? Instead of 10, we're just gonna boost it up by $20. So basically, this is how you can make sure that you're always in budget and Amazon always has, money to spend and it's spending it in the right place. So this was my tip number 8 for you. So I hope you enjoyed this video. Please let us know if you have any questions. I hope that you have success at Amazon, and if you ever need help with growing your sales, you can always reach out to us. Thank you very much. Have a good day.